starting immediately against Z with his Doc. He's trying to make that save magic come together again. Luis, pretty much considered the best Dr. Mario in the world, considering his resume with the character. And the main way that Luis likes playing, at least against characters that are too fast for him to be able to pin down with Pill, is he takes advantage of how much players are tempted to try to kite Dr. Mario because he's kind of like a slower Mario. And you already don't want to get grabbed by Mario. And Doc is so much stronger that he can deal so much more pain. But the downside is if you let yourself get cornered because you're running away from him, Luis can down throw you in the corner. You see him looking for it right there. If you down throw and he gets a tornado right afterwards, he will kill characters at like 50%. It is some absurd power, so that's really what to watch for is how Z moves to make sure that situation doesn't happen. And honestly, Z has been doing a really good job moving around Luis near the center of the stage. But Luis not going to miss a single moment. That was just an up tilt. That was a wag of the tail, and he finds himself the Doc punch off of it.
I did not know that, is that just Mario's dash attack where he does a sliding kick? I didn't know that I can edge guard like that.
Oh yeah, that's one of Luis's favorite ways to start a combo, is he'll call out just vaguely when they're going to try to snap, pops them up, and he can find himself even a cyclone at some percent, or at least like a back air. And managed to barely get on stage. Careful patience by Luis, trying to avoid everything that Z tosses at him. With playing such a fast character, Z's able to throw out so much. Z banging out the roll get up and not ready to get a grab in. Just the up throw killing upright? Okay,
yep,
that's,
all right, cool.
That's actually really nice. Pikachu used to not have that at all. Or at least like it was closer to like 220%, something absurd. Luis expecting a retreat to the corner. Z just, once again, pulling a fast one. Wow. Okay, so what happened there was Z expected Luis to jump on the platform and grab his shield. So he was trying to get out of the way and instead got picked up by that tornado, just barely not dying to them. Some amazing DI by Z.
A great read from Luis, too.
Yeah. That's the exciting thing. As we get into this layer and bracket, we see players anticipate each other's anticipations, and we get some very cool interactions.
That is one of my favorite things about Smash, is the adapting, is the learning each other, and figuring each other out.
Right there we saw why Pill is such an important tool in matchups where Doc isn't fighting characters that camp better or move better than him, is that it pops up the opponent with enough hit stun that he can run up and find whatever punish he wants, but ZSDing not getting the second joint of that quick attack just kind of shakes his head. Very unfortunate. Knowing Luis, I know he's not happy about that at all either. I know he wants to like actually fully outplay his opponent every single game.
Oh, for sure.
But overall, his Doc looks like it still has it against the Rats. He's able to at least take that first game really cleanly. Even without the SD, he still had a comfortable lead. Z choosing the stage carefully. It's very scary to try to pick a stage against Doc. If you pick like say like a triplat stage because you're trying to like incorporate more verticality, then you also can sometimes open up Doc to getting some ladder combos on top of everything else that he's doing, so even given greater combo potential. But instead, going to go to FD, which makes a lot of sense. If you're going to just try to build up that space between you and this character, having Thunder Jolts travel across the ground level with no platforms to retreat to help a lot in establishing that space in neutral. This is actually the same counter pick we saw Z do against Junior as well. Luis being very airborne, not really able to find a solid punish yet. Instead, Z getting himself a nice jab block, taking the slightest percent lead, getting himself a good edge guard going as well.
Z not affected by that SD at all. He's coming back strong.
If anything, he's drawing power from it.
Yeah, right.
He's looking motivated to prove that wrong, you know? Luis with the patience, right? He knows he can't punish that second joint of quick attack, so he waits, and he waits again in order to find that up smash too. That awareness of knowing exactly what you can and can't punish is so critical, because what that lets you do is run up and react to whatever your opponent does to make that thing safe. As Z finds himself the edge guard right after, keeps it dead even, and tries to get another carry started. Luis just drifting away, no double jump on him, but he's gonna still have the Cyclone. Beautiful edge guard, Z gets it. Look at only 12% on him as well. Such an early stock from Doc. That's the downside of this character, and one that so few players are able to capitalize on against Luis.
Oh, Z definitely drawing power from that SD. He's going in this time.
I think like the thrill of the edge guard too, right? It's just like flowing in his veins. Like, I can do this against this character every time he's off stage. See right now, I like that he doesn't actually jump off stage immediately because he thinks it's fresh in Luis's head, and Luis is gonna just get out of the way way too early. So he's just trying to wait for his next opportunity to dive bomb him. Pill actually getting right over the Thunder Jolt. Luis looking for, I think, a spot dodge with that dash in. Makes it back to center stage. Luis is catching one of these quick attacks back there, though. Even so, Z recognizes how important center stage is in this matchup, so he keeps going for it. Oh, those Jolts actually protecting. Like, honestly, the Jolts still did such a good job protecting Z's Skull Bash back to the stage. Luis just was not afraid to toss out another kill hitbox immediately. And 150%, yeah, even the dash attack's going to do it. Z winning with almost a JV2 stock. That edgeguard stock 2 was so important. Like, not only for that game, but just sort of as a mentally refresher on top of everything else. Just like, yeah, I can totally get this guy off stage.
Definitely a morale booster, definitely.
I know looks like we're still in best of 3, too, so Luis has to think very carefully about what he wants to do next. He does have a bunch of other characters. He's got himself a Fox that he uses primarily in bracket these days. He also has a Roy. He has a Sonic as well.
Sonic, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's some deep stuff he can dig into. Oh, and he has a Falco, but I really hope he doesn't go Falco. I have told him to his face, I do not believe in his Falco. And he doesn't care. He makes it work somehow in some important matches. But he ends up going for the dock when everything's up against the wall, going for Kalos. Very similar stage to FD in that over most of the neutral, right, you don't have platforms getting in the way. The main difference is those platforms being right over the ledge. They help relieve not only a lot of ledge pressure, because you can just jump back and land on them, but when you're recovering, you can choose to recover a bit higher and get to them. So then the opponent has to like mix up between covering the platform or covering the ledge. And it looks like it's helping, you know, Z already, right? He gets the ability to choose to go low while Luis is trying to cover that platform, but it should help Luis almost as much. That up smash, never mind, already taking that first stock. Z just disengaging from that situation entirely, just air dodging, yeah, straight back. Doesn't want to get anywhere near the doctor's hands. Luis, meanwhile, just playing a very calm neutral. He knows he has not only a full stock lead, but he recognizes that because of the Z needs to be the one constantly approaching. So he's kind of letting Z make the first movement, and he's the one trying to just react to it right afterwards. Now you see him just kind of holding back, tossing pills, knowing that he doesn't need to jump right into Z. There's no rush. And as a result, he's finding himself some solid hits. He can find himself just a little bit of something in the corner. He can take Z's second stock as well. Z, meanwhile, returning that same patience while he's the one in control. Catching the air dodge into the stage. Very good call out by Z. Because otherwise, Luis, the only other direction he could go with that air dodge is just right back to the ledge. And then Z could cover that with just like all the ledge pressure we've been seeing up until now. Oh, did he just? Z's have been laughing at that. He's like, all right, I mean, he was up smashing and I chose to keep back airing anyway. It's almost like a mosquito flying into the light, you know. Solid string of back airs coming out from Z. Already about half of Luis's stock gone just from this one string. Waiting for the air dodge. Z having such good sense of what the opponent wants to do off stage. Drag down Nair, breaking out of the combo and setting up for another smash attack. Z makes up the difference. Gets himself a spike and immediately disengages to the platform while Luis has that invincibility. Got to try to make it back to center stage with a little bit more space than that, though. Having Doc right in your face is so scary. We've seen those up smashes already. We've seen the super jump punch at the higher percents. Back air carries, gets the sweet hit, and that's really scary. Luis using all of his air resources. Z not going to be able to find the back air, and that's giving Luis another chance at the stock. That
Still living. I was worried.
It was a good call by Luis, too, because he saw how small Z's shield was. There's a real chance if Z managed to get his shield up in time, it would just break from the up smash, assuming he didn't even get poked.
Despite the percent lead, he's still respecting Z's space.
Oh,
right,
back
okay.
air does it. I think the respect was very well earned by Z, though.
for sure.
Like, Luis was almost dead on that stock off stage. It was just a slightest miscalculation with the drop-off back air by Z. If you just started that a little bit sooner,